Hello, welcome to Soulprint Insights. I'm so glad you're here. Um, I want to thank you for all of the lovely messages of support, of encouragement, the wonderful, wonderful comments, sending me blessings and well wishes. I am sending them right back to you with my gratitude and my happiness that this channel is really starting to grow and evolve. It's been an amazing, amazing experience. And one of the things that I have been really sort of struck by is people that comment and they say things like, I'm so glad I found you. This kind of information is so needed. Um, I'm really, really enjoying what you are offering on your channel. And it made me start to think about sort of the way things, situations, sometimes people, circumstances, sort of roll into our lives or come into our lives in a way that allows us to sort of look down a different road or think about things from a slightly different perspective. And Masudius has, it's a quite short actually, so my intention is that this will be a shorter video. But Masudius has something to say about synchronicity and it being in our life and how it works in our life and, what it's about and how to use it. And I thought that this might be a really great time to just introduce this. So I'm going to do a reading literally called How Does Synchronicity Work and Why? Because it really does strike me that as we come together as a bit of a Soulprint YouTube family, that there really, really had to have been a fair bit of synchronicity involved in order to allow this channel to grow and evolve the way it has, frankly, in a super, super short period of time. So I'm going to get on the old reading specs, and I want to take a look at what Masudius had to say about synchronicity. Here we go. So, if you are living your life experience in an awake state, it will often seem as though certain events happen at just the right time to propel you forward in a certain direction. This is so. Synchronicity is at work. This is an energy force that is in place so certain events, insights, or information can enter your awareness in a way that affords you the opportunity to move in a direction of growth. As always, the choice is yours. There are many names for this energy: fate, luck, destiny, angelic guidance, providence. The name you assign is really a matter of preference and perspective. Whatever you call it, it is divine energy at work, and acknowledging it as divine energy is important. This energy allows for continued growth and understanding. It is put into place so that opportunities become available to you to assist in the energetic force of your life quest. This is an energy force that is always available to you. It appears in many different guises and is part of your soul print. It is an active and continual tool that affords you the opportunity to create the circumstances that will provide assistance, guidance, or direction. You can easily call to mind many times in your own experience that this energy has come into play. It is that unexpected phone call, a chance comment, something you read or hear, and it's exactly the information that you were seeking knowingly or unknowingly at the time. This is energy. Energy that that you can and should pay attention to. An energy that you can use in your everyday experiences. The interesting thing about synchronicity is that the more aware of it you become, and the more you utilize it, the more of it becomes available to you. Like attracts like. So the more you recognize the role it can play in your life, the more of it will be available to you. From an energy perspective, it is like the waves of an ocean, continually advancing and receding, in and out, back and forth, always there and always available. Should you miss or not recognize an opportunity, another will take its place. This is not an occasional happening. It is always in place, and you simply need to acknowledge it. I'm sorry. This is not an occasional happening. It is always in place, and you simply need to acknowledge its presence. And is that not an interesting word? The present will always offer you presence. Like any present, it is up to you how, when, and if you will accept what it offers. You can actively call synchronicity into your life. Ask the universal divine to help you see and recognize it in your daily life. Perhaps ask that it be enhanced with light or made bold. Perhaps take a moment and ask yourself why you are hearing this passage at exactly this point in time. What is the message that your higher self and the divine are sending you? You are a perfect, worthy, and deserving soul who has everything you need or desire within your reach. Synchronicity is one of the many means and methods put in place to assist you in creating exactly the experience you wish. Enjoy the magic of your life. We are, at this time, Masudius. So let's just sort of unpack that for a second. We go through our day-to-day lives and we read words, we hear music, perhaps we overhear a conversation, in the grocery store lineup or at the bank. And sometimes those messages sort of resonate with us. So what happens if we actually start to pay closer attention to those things that go on around us on a day-to-day basis that we perceive as random? Perhaps they're not quite so random as we think they are. And the more aware we are, the more cognizant we are of the fact that they are out there and that energy is coming at us as a helpmate. It is there for us to utilize and use in a way that allows for that further growth forward. Synchronistic events very, very often hold directional messages. So it's important that we really start focusing in and paying attention to what goes on around us. And like, don't gloss over the fact that the very first statement made in this channeled information was, if you are living your life experience in an awake state. So that's part of the process, right? Is staying awake, staying alert, staying in the moment. As this channel continues to grow, as you share its messages, as you get and receive and accept the messages that resonate with you, it clearly becomes apparent that synchronicity has been at work. It has been at work in allowing me to channel the information the way I did. It has been at work in creating a format and a situation that allows me to share it. And synchronicity, of course, has been at work as you move towards this channel, as you find it, as you discover it, as you share it. And the messages it holds are just tremendously important and very special as you move forward, particularly when they resonate strongly with you. And not every message will. Sometimes we hear some information and we might even acknowledge or accept it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're actually ready to process it and move forward with it. But again, it's like waves. Another message will come. And we've all had this experience, right, where somebody mentions a really great book that they read. And they say, you know what, you really should read that. And then later on the day or the next day, you hear two strangers that you don't even know, but you overhear them and they're talking about that book. What's the message? Go read the book. That's the message. There's a message in there for you. There's something in there that is going to help you as you move forward. Very, very often the same thing will happen with music because it is such a really fundamental and sort of important aspect and part of our lives. And so you'll start hearing that same song 2 or 3 times in a row in a very short period of time. Again, take a look at the song. Is there a message within the song? Is the song triggering a memory that perhaps you need to look at so that you can either heal it, release it, or acknowledge your gratitude? So I guess the bottom line of this is that you just want to stay a little bit more aware and alert, because there's energy around you every single moment of every single day. And the more you reach out and look for those messages, the more they will come to you. And with them, of course, comes the guidance and growth as you move forward on your journey. So I hope you enjoyed this one. The synchronicity messages I always thought was just sort of insightful because it really did make me start to realize all the things that kind of go on in my life that I don't acknowledge as necessarily meaningful or important. But yes, they actually play a really fundamental role in me moving my soul print forward. And I hope that this channeled information allows you to do the same. And just at the end, a really quick housekeeping note. If you are at all interested in receiving a private reading, they are available. And if you look at that little information box below, it will give you the information on how to reach out to me, and so that we can start the process of getting the information to you about a private reading, and then ultimately, if you wish to go ahead with it, booking and scheduling that. So it is absolutely wonderful when I get to meet my viewers when I do readings for them. It has made me become very, very aware of how incredibly special and brilliant and wise my viewers are. And it is always really nice and sort of reassuring to be able to look outside of your immediate circle and realize that those ideas, attitudes, philosophies that are important to you are in fact out there in the greater world, and that there really are a lot of like minds coming together. So until next time, stand in your power and stand in your light.